It's interesting and it's up for debate. It's for debate and it's up for discussion.
I think we've come a very long way.
The question of how far Britain's come is really difficult to answer, because you know what? I think that London is one place and Britain is somewhere else.
It's difficult to know how far it's come because it's diverse in certain cities.
In headline terms, in the 20 years since Stephen Lawrence was killed, there's been significant progress in terms of legislation. We know about that. The Race Relations Amendment Act 2000.
I think the situation in this country in 2013 is that racial hatred is still around, but not in your face all the time as it was.
Firstly, that it's quite difficult to measure how far have we come.
I think you have to remember that when my father came to this country in the 1950s, you could legally pay a black man and a white man working next to each other on the same factory bench doing the same job. You could legally pay the black man less.
I'm not sure how far Britain has come. I suppose it's the journey that we have left in front of us.
Well, I think, like most experiences of other world diasporas, the extent to which you assess how far you've come is particularly dependent on the context that we're now living.
I take the view that the racism that we're experiencing in the UK is now more intense than it was even 20 or 30 years ago.
It's difficult to tell. And I say that because when I was young, I was born in the brunt of some of the most atrocious abuses of human rights for young people in those times. So I'd be coming home from a gig and I'd be stopped by police cars. I'd be driving, I'd be stopped. I'd been arrested, I'd been beaten up by police officers. I've gone through the whole gamut, the whole range of abuses.
Well, I think if you take an overall look, it's an astonishing advance. I mean, if you go back to the 1920s when Mr. Gandhi was imprisoned for wanting independence, or if you take Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned for wanting to end apartheid.
I think from 2013, looking back to the 1950s and 1960s, we've made immense progress.
Oh, I think we've come a very long way. I'm not complacent.
We've made enormous progress. There is still, I have to tell you, a huge amount to go.
In my personal opinion, over the last 60 years, Britain has made great strides forwards.
In the last 40 years or so, there's been dramatic movements within British society.
When you look at the progress that's been made in Parliament, the progress that's been made in entertainment, in sports, in public life, where you begin to see black professionals in the NHS, in local authorities, and in the police, where there is not acceptable racism as there was on television. Clearly there has been progress.